Hi Pisces, I hope you guys are doing great today. Let's get right into your deep love read for the first half of October. We're going to start off by pulling a couple of crowning messages. We'll start by pulling a wisdom of the oracle. I did already shuffle before I put the camera on. Let's just do a last one on camera before we see what we get. We got the fates, Pisces, the fates, beautiful energy. Something is very fated in your relationship sector. Something is fated. You know what though? With this energy, it really is about understanding other people are who they are. You can't change them. You know, the challenge is to accept them as they are and try not to make them otherwise to suit you. This real energy really wants you to look at how you might attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so that you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. But what if by chance they are who they are and that's it, right? And that in the eyes of spirit, they're perfectly perfect and everything is actually just the way it's supposed to be. So now is the time to really accept what you can't change. Ooh, and take off your mask. Right, taking off your mask. But this is a time to really accept what you can't change, even if it means that you honor yourself, Pisces, and in doing so, maybe you need to end a friendship, relationship, right? Wherever you are in this space, because that is a way of honoring yourself as well as whatever connection there is, right? But this is really about loving unconditionally, you know, because each of us are on our own journey and we can't direct somebody else on the journey that they're supposed to be on, even if we're in a relationship with them, right? So you have to understand though that whoever is in your energy field right now, if you're going to resonate with this reading, indeed fated. Okay, and you're meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of this, as a result of this connection. And then we have take off your mask. So this is, you know, stop trying to appear different than who you really are. Take off your mask, be the real you, show up in all of your fabulous, because otherwise you can't get the love and attention that you're craving by pretending to be someone or something that you're not. And I'm not saying we don't do this because we want to be malicious or, you know, for any of these other reasons. A lot of times we just do it because we're vulnerable, we're insecure, you know, we have these fears, but you have to get in touch with what are you so scared of, you know? Why are you so frightened to be honest with yourself even and others? And do you feel like you're gonna, you know, you're gonna lose the relationship, or that they're gonna see you from a different perspective maybe and not respect you or not want to be with you? But this indicates that you need some time right now to get to know yourself and really understand what's important in your life, you know? But this energy indicates that you do need time to kind of I'm not even going to say step away, just to kind of be alone in your own mental space so that you can figure out what you're evolving into and really get into a space where you just don't care what other people think anymore. And I know a lot of you are in that space, but sometimes it's to spite people instead of despite people. Do you know what I mean? There is a difference there. So I like this because this is a very much a believe in yourself energy. And again, it's not like you're going in with malice. I'm not getting that kind of energy at all, but I feel like somebody out there is not showing up in the full authentic garb of the beautiful Pisces energy because of some sort of vulnerability, insecurity, something where this was an issue in the relationship. And you know what's interesting too, which does happen a lot, is you don't realize it until after the fact. You don't realize that you had walls up. You don't realize that you were doing, you know, A, B, and C in these areas. But you guys are going to be realizing this, or you guys are going to be dealing with Mercury retrograde and Scorpio in your 9th house of belief system, while you have Venus and Virgo in that 7th house of relationships. So Venus and Virgo is usually a debilitated kind of energy. However, I like it because Virgo is a problem-solving energy. So for those of you in a weird space, this is a very good energy to work things out that aren't quite right in relationship. Even though it's Mercury retrograde and usually, you know, conversation goes wonky, it is about revisiting and reassessing and reevaluating anything in that area. And with Scorpio is like, you know, the major like bullshit meter. So there is something to be said about that, where there's going to be a lot of realization, a lot of figuring out, a lot of epiphanies in this energy for you guys when it comes to relationships. So let's see what we have for our Pisces brothers and sisters for the first half of October, having to do with deep love. So we're going to do a double spread with the Light Seer Oracle. This is the Light Seer Oracle, guys. Not Oracle, I'm sorry, Tarot. Sorry, I'm focusing on the cards here. Okay. Yeah, so we have a Tower moment here at the end. And you know what? I'm really not mad at that. I'm not, because I feel like, well, we'll talk about that when we get to it. I don't want to get ahead of myself. We have Justice and the Page of Pentacles here, Pisces. So Justice is about some sort of truth coming out. This is definitely a cause and effect energy. And by the way, this is in your recent past coming into this energy. A cause and effect. You know, this is a Libra energy, 7th house, ruled by Venus. So this is very much, you know, how fair did things feel? In fill in the blank, having to do with money, because Venus is a money energy, having to do with love. Were you guys loving each other equally, showing each other appreciation equally? Were you liking how you felt, right? But there is this idea of a truth coming out, and it's working with the Page of Pentacles, which is being very, very patient. Page is like a new energy, but it's almost like this. Well, some of you could quite literally be maybe starting a new job or coming up with new ways of making money. And I do want to say, Pisces, man, it's all about money for you guys with this Mars retrograde in your 2nd house. So this is a love read. I'm not going to go there too deeply with that, but that could certainly be it, where you're in the space of maybe you felt like something really was not fair and you're very focused on your money right now. That's going to resonate with some of you. Others of you, this could be really focusing on a new connection, because Pentacles does mean a mental, physical, or emotional connection. So really trying to, in this, again, this was in the recent past, so you were in this space of connecting. So because it's a Page energy, I feel like it could have been a cyclical kind of situation as well, Pisces, where you guys weren't together and then you were together again, right? Because Page is on an ace. It indicates like a new cycle and you guys were reconnecting. But then this idea of a truth coming out, of fairness, right? One of you or both of you feeling like something wasn't fair. And I feel like it may have been the person that you were dealing with hurt you, Pisces, because we do have the 3 of Swords energy. Though you know how it is in general readings, the energy can always be vice versa. So if you're resonating with what I'm saying about you as it being something that your partner probably went through, obviously it's still your reading. You just apply it how it is. So we have the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords. This is an uncomfortable energy. There is no question. So I'm getting that you were in this space of building, right? Mars and Capricorn, 3 of Pentacles. It's very much like a teamwork, focused on expansion, focused on building. And something really painful happened. This 3 of Swords energy. Now, this doesn't have to mean third party, as I always say, guys. I'm not a big fan of broad sweeping, or broad stroking, I think it is, any of the energies, right? The 3 of Swords is a card of pain. It's Saturn in Libra. So it's challenge in relationship, Libra being that 7th house. So this could just be somebody did something that devastated you. You know, be it a conversation, some sort of issue with your friends, family, something, right? But there was definitely pain experienced here. And now we have where you're at right now. So we have the 2 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. So 7 of Pentacles, being very patient. I feel like a lot of you are very much focusing on your work. You're being very patient. There's this kind of, I don't want to say this. It's like you're waiting very, very patiently. Could be for a raise, again, working with a new job. But if this does have to do with a new connection, you're focusing on some sort of new connection, but being rather patient with it. You're in a space of taking it slow. And I feel like you're taking it slow because you're waiting for something. 2 of Wands. So 2 of Wands, Wands of will, motivation. It could be waiting for the results. Somebody's decision. Somebody's changed mind. You could be very focused on going on a trip, some sort of travel plan as well. But there is this idea of needing to make a choice. So it's like you're waiting for, half of you is like waiting for something. And it's, if you hear from this person or about this situation, then you feel like it's going to incite more of a choice. This is a very interesting reading for me because I do feel I'm getting a lot of pentacle energy, but again, the pentacle could definitely be mental, physical, emotional connection. So it might be a little bit of everything. You're focused on your money, but you're also focused on connection. But I feel like there's work being done on it, or at least work being done on yourself in these areas. So we have this Page of Cups. So Page of Cups is, this is a love read. So I'm gonna interpret it as a love read. This is a new, it's Page. This could be a new cycle in a relationship, Pisces, or this could be somebody brand new. Okay, so literally Page could be somebody, because again, it's Page, it's older than an Ace, right? So it could, there could be some sort of history here. So there could be some sort of reconnection. But again, here we have this idea where then you need to make a decision regarding this person, right? So it's time to kind of compromise here. You're being very patient. You are, but we have, I can't, ignore the fact that we have the Two of Wands as well as the Two of Swords. We have these two, so there's this need to make a choice, make a compromise, make a decision. So I feel like when it comes to relationship, Pisces, right now, you're very on the fence about something. You're very in between spaces. You're working through something. You may not even be very vocal about it, but you're feeling of two minds about something. Now, in the near future, we have the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment energy, and the Six of Pentacles, which is beautiful. Six of Pentacles is about generosity and giving and receiving and having each other's back. But there is this idea of fear of commitment. We have the Seven of Cups. There's some confusion here with the Seven of Cups. You know what's in 5, you don't know what's in 2. And you might feel like you have too many choices, on the one hand, but there are commitment issues. So either you're having commitment issues, Pisces, or somebody else is having commitment issues. But we do have this Two of Cups energy here as well, which does indicate romantic love, partnership, proposal, marriage. So very interesting, because I feel like there is this wish fulfillment. Everything is beautiful, but we can't ignore the Seven of Cups. This does indicate like almost a be careful what you wish for kind of thing, but I feel like you might have trouble pulling that final trigger on something in relationship. Or you might be dealing with an energy who does. Like there's some sort of trepidation around. So this is very interesting. Okay, let me say what I'm getting here. I feel like this energy that you're dealing with is really such a beautiful person for you. I feel like you guys have been through a lot. There is pain here, but there's still desire. Trying to pull yourself away, having a hard time, feeling like you belong together, not sure what that even means. In the near future, we have this energy though where it seems like you guys are in communication. There's definitely confusion here. I have to tell you, if you are meeting somebody new, somebody old is not out of your energy field yet. That's just what I'm saying here. It's not. Somebody might be, how do I say this without sounding rude? It's like the Six of Pentacles energy is good enough energy. And that sounds so horrible, but it's almost like meeting somebody who's like pretty good, right? Meeting somebody, Two of Cups energy, this romantic love, this partnership, whatever, trying to throw yourself into it, but it's like your energy is still with somebody else, and you're like, yeah, it's, this is a generous relationship. I have their back, they have mine, it's good, but I'm really kind of scared to commit because I don't know, I still have this other person in my energy field. It's like you want to pull yourself, you want to push yourself forward, but it feels to me like it's a little difficult. We have the Queen of Cups energy, which is really great, the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles, on the one hand, again, going back to the money thing, right? Nine of Pentacles is very much about being very self-sufficient, focusing on your financial gains, focusing on what it is that you really very much like to do. Queen of Cups energy is a lovely energy. It's Gemini and Cancer. It's having that conversation about what you need to feel safe and secure. I feel like I got some of these cards for you last time. I'm not sure, though. But I feel like this is... you're trying very hard to close a chapter. Now look, and we got the Tower and the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is, the desire for long-term security. This could have to do with money, mental, physical, emotional connection, but you want something that is just going to be it for the long term. The Tower is an ending of something though, guys. I mean, but so this is like an unwanted change of, you know, this sort of upheaval in your relationship. Now, this is in the near future. Now, I have to address this as it does not only mean out in the 3D. Your relationship might be perfectly, like, fine, really, on the surface, but a lot of this could just be deeply psychological for you, where you're really not very, very satisfied. Something is paining you. Something feels unfair, right? But there's something about the generosity of this relationship. However, you're having a hard time, or you're dealing with somebody who's having a really hard time giving that full-blown commitment. The Tower energy could be internal. The Tower energy could be the tearing down of a belief system and a way of thinking. And I feel like that might be happening for many of you because of this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, guys. No joke. This is a powerful one. Everything is really close to the earth right now. So we're going to be feeling these a lot. We just are. And plus we have all of those big other heavy hitters up there in the sky. So remember, Pluto rules the underground, right? So it really is about digging things up that are deep beneath. And the ninth house has to do with our belief system. So I know that there's going to be a lot of revisiting for many of you, and that may end up bringing an internal Tower moment where you're realizing how self-protective you are, how afraid you are for your own security, how vulnerable you are. And this may be very connected here to take off your mask. You know, maybe you haven't wanted to express how very afraid you are when it comes to either your finances. Some of you are going to relate with it like that. Others of you are going to relate with it having to do with perhaps maybe you have abandonment issues. Nothing wrong. It's okay. You know, nobody's judging here, but you might have that where there's this, you know, if I give you my everything, you can take away my everything kind of thing. So I'm always going to hold back a little bit and not fully regret kind of energy, fully commit kind of energy. But I do feel like this is what's going on here, at least with this first spread. I feel like there's some confusion, but there's a lot of growth on the other side of that. I mean, we can get mad at towers all day long. It's really nothing to get mad at, really. It's a Mars energy. Mars is retrograde, and it's connected to the Chariot, which is connected to Cancer. Basically, all that means is if you have a Tower moment, whether it's internal, external, and I know nobody likes to hear this, it wasn't meant for you. It wasn't meant for your highest good. Even though you didn't want to see the red flags, you didn't want to see these things, you don't want to know that it wasn't any good, because in many ways it made you feel good, or it satisfied something in you. That's the hardest part of it, obviously, right? That's often why it becomes a Tower, because we see these things coming. Even if it's an internal Tower moment, things will happen in our lives, in our relationships, where consistently things just don't work out. And there does come a point where we do have to look at ourselves and say, listen, if nothing else, why am I attracting and drawing these negative energies towards me? This type of people, you know, at a certain point. Or some of you may be realizing that you have to look at maybe what you end up manifesting, you know, in a relationship. Yeah, so coming from the troubles. Okay. Yeah, still with this idea of sustenance. So we have the clouds, which then turns into the sun, though, right? So there's this conflict. Pisces, so this female could be you. If you're a female Pisces, male Pisces, this could be a female that you're dealing with. But she's holding on to her Venus emblem. And the Venus emblem, again, has to do with money. It has to do with self-worth, value, love, feeling very excited about the future. And we have this idea of the polar bear, which represents sustenance, the roof over our head, the food on our table, the money in our wallet, the very, like, the pragmatics of it. The absolute pragmatics of it. And then we have Tower, which in Lenormand is way more positive than in the tarot. The Tower in Lenormand represents something that's very supportive. So a very supportive institution. So for some of you, this can literally mean getting married. For some of you, this could mean getting divorced, if that is the right thing for you, where there is this meeting of, and recognition of an institution that is going to end up bringing you very grounded energy. So that could be for some of you. For others of you, this could be getting help, having to do with what you need. So for those of you, if money is an issue in your relationship, this is you getting help from some sort of outside agency, outside institution that's going to help you be grounded so that that issue is taken out of the circumstance within the relationship. You know, so you're going to have to see how that ends up rolling out. I mean, obviously, it's going to resonate differently for all of you. You know, maybe that means getting a new job. The institution could be getting a new job. This could be finally getting maybe assistance from the government for those in need of that. Whatever it is, getting the help that's necessary to create. Obviously, the anchoring is a strong foundation energy. Okay, then we have the Lovers, the Ace of Pentacles, new start, Six of Wands, beautiful. Very nice. I love it. I mean, listen, the Lovers is making a decision. You're making a decision, Gemini energy. Some of you may be dealing with a Gemini, but the Lovers energy is about, first and foremost, making a decision, and then it's about partnership, deep love, and the strength of two people together as there is this new beginning. I mean, Ace of Pentacles is this beautiful... Now, for some of you, if money was an issue, this is quite literally an Ace of Pentacles would be a new job, a raise, a promotion, some sort of investment, new income coming in. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered for your particular relationship. If money is not an issue for you guys, this Ace of Pentacles is this new connection. It's this new mental, physical, and emotional connection that's just going to bring a lot of success. Six of Wands, we get Six of Wands after Five of Wands, right? I mean, Five of Wands is a battle of the wills, right? It's a battle of the egos. Five of Wands is a Saturn in Leo. The Six of Wands is Jupiter in Leo. Luck and expansion in Leo. Leo, what is Leo? The fifth house of romance, falling in love. It's the act of sex. It's what we do with our partner on a Monday through Sunday. And it's being very successful in that area. It's also, you're going to go through a period where you're going to feel very creative, which I really like, you know, really getting in touch with what it is that you want to do. And then we have the fabulous Magician at the end. Listen, this is fabulous because the Magician is who? It's Mercury, right? And you're going to have Mercury retrograde in your ninth. There's going to be a lot of Mercury energy surrounding you. And I feel like, Pisces, you're going to be using this Mercury energy to your benefit. And I like that. The Magician rules, like I said, Mercury. What does Mercury rule? Third and sixth house. That's Gemini and Virgo. Gemini is all about communication. It's about learning, being open to learning. Sixth house is about mental, physical, and emotional health, as well as the day-to-day work environment and just your day-to-day. And the Magician is an alchemical energy that wants to bring all of this together in a way that makes your relationship and your day-to-day healthier. That's where the magic comes in with the Magician energy, is coming up with like problem-solving energies. You're just going to have problem-solving energies here. You just are. And there's no question, especially because you have this, you know, this between the Mercury retrograde and Scorpio, which is fabulous, right? But we have this Venus in Virgo in your seventh, which has to do with relationships. And again, problem-solving energy, lots of problem-solving energy. So, yeah, I feel like the main of the conflict can be over. And again, you have to be open to the weather or the energies. If you don't want to engage with this person, you don't have to. That is the way it works. It's just like anything else. Nobody can force you to. You're energetic beings, but if you're resonating with this so far, it's definitely fated, so you might want to think about it. So let's see what other messages we need to understand here. I want us to communicate better, but I don't know how to make this happen. Yeah, you know, that's always rooted in fear, right? So otherwise we would just say what we need to say. You've been in my dreams. So Pisces, you might be in their dreams. They might be in your dreams. You could be in each other's dreams. Please stop blaming me for everything. We are both wrong. A significant shift in your path is coming. It's all good. Woohoo! Okay. That sounds like an Eight of Wands energy to me, if I ever heard it. Okay. Let's see what these are. Pull some Island Time Wellness. Twin flames, yin yang, balance, coupling, complementing each other. Well, that's not surprising with the fates, right? Sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. Sunglasses is about like behind the scenes, right? Trying to disguise, right? Going back to that mask energy. That's what it is. Talking, interested, conversing more. Awaited message arrives. Text, call, email. And that's interesting because you guys did get the Two of Wands, which is waiting for a message to come in. Waiting to hear something. Even if you guys are together, it's like waiting for your partner to say something. You're waiting for them to say something. Lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise epiphany, upheaval equaling transformation. Okay, Pisces, what's going on? I mean, something's going to be going on. Unless listen, if you stay in the house and you don't engage, that's a surefire way of protecting yourself for sure if you don't want to engage. Because listen, we're all in a different space. Maybe you just don't feel up to it, and that's okay. That is okay. But Venus and Virgo in that 7th, you have an opportunity for about a month to have this help, this softening and problem solving in your 7th house of relationships. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing focus on another. Now is time to give it to yourself. And I kind of feel like that too with the taking of the mask energy, right? Taking the mask off, really figuring out what it is that you really want and maybe what you might feel a little vulnerable or insecure about at the end of the day. You know, maybe you're with an energy that's just not very accepting and understanding, right? You might not be. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Okay, let's pull one more of these. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. I think this is very, very important for whoever feels like they may have a potential towards any kind of like codependency issue. You know, part of what you may be realizing as you look inside yourself can absolutely be that kind of energy where you realize there can be closeness, but you have to give each other space. There needs to be a level of autonomy. So the Astrodice, we have the Sun. So where is ego, for good or bad, between you or them getting in the way of something? And then we have the first house of self, and then we have another ego energy here, my friends. We got Leo. So there is ego at play here, but at the same time, there's a lot of romance wanting to pop in. This is a falling in love energy, 5th house energy. You know, this is the energy of romance for sure. So, okay, let's pull an astro card. Okay. Taurus, the bombshell. Okay, so this is about taking a very practical, beautiful approach to things. Pisces, Taurus is ruled by Venus. Taurus rules as the landlord of the 2nd house of resources, which is such an important thing for you guys right now. But resources is more than money, right? It is things we value. It's the food we put in our mouth. It's our home. It's the things that we value. But it's really kind of breaking it down to what really matters in life. Like, what do you really value? You know, I'm really breaking it down to that. At the end of the day, what really matters? So much less than we normally think, right? It's just so true. But very much getting in touch with the Venusian energies, really tapping into romance, tapping into anything that speaks to your 5 senses right now. This is like a really good thing. We have the Son of Wands. As clarifiers for this, I'm going to pull 4. We have the Mother of Wands. So we have lots of really good energy, lots of motivation, sexual chemistry for sure. Very dealing with somebody very confident, very self-assured. You may be right now, Pisces, Daughter of Wands. Look at all this wand energy. My goodness. My goodness. You got a lusty, free-spirited energy here. There's a lot of attraction happening here. Okay, then we have the Eight of Wands. Oh, Pisces. This is, what did I say a few minutes ago, right? The Eight of Wands. It was like an Eight of Wands energy. What did I say? I forget where it was. But anyway, the Eight of Wands is beautiful. It's a message coming in, something that you've been waiting for, right? There's good news coming in that ends up inciting almost a frenetic kind of movement, right? Where you have to make these quick changes. It's quick changes. News comes in, news arrives. So I see, very interesting, because I see, for those of you who are resonating with this, if you're together, you're in a rough spot right now. You know, if everything is really fabulous and you guys just wanted some validation, I'm not sure if this is your reading, but I do feel like whatever is going on here, Pisces, you are figuring something out. I do see some of you getting back with somebody, or at least figuring out how to, if it was an unhealthy relationship by every measure with this person in the past, and not just a bunch of miscommunication, whatever, I do see you being able to finally get in front of that and do some really good healing. But for others of you, I do see you guys kind of discovering each other again. I mean, that's through a lot of talking, and there's got to be better communication, because the communication is not where it should be. It's just not, you know, for somebody to say, I want to communicate better, but I don't know how to make that happen, that means that there's vulnerability and insecurity surrounding communication, some sort of fear, you know, somewhere. Okay. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.